without a trace of you there. It's been so long since you've been gone. The sadness disappeared. There's nothing wrong with moving on. It's almost been a year, but I still remember the last summer. As clear as it seemed, almost like a dream. Lights slowly fading, skies slowly changing.
Hi guys, welcome to the stream. This is Brutal Messiah, and today we're going to be going from start to finish creating that all important YouTube thumbnail. Let me just pull the pop-out chat onto the screen so I can see what's all good. We've got super aces in the chat. Hunters ready for some and oh my god, it's Spade. Just put your mask on, Gimpy. Alright, I'll do everything you say. I'm here. Your wish is my command. So what we're going to do today, right, and reconnect to control, which is not a great start. Right, so on your screen today, boys and girls, we've got a picture of one of the combat specialists or combat rigs in Infinite Warfare. This is a game I'm playing at the moment, and this game is for everybody really. You can use it, well this process is, you can use it on any COD. But the problem with BO3, or probably problem with Infinite Warfare, is that they took the theatre mode. And what a lot of people used to do is go into theatre mode, take a screenshot, find a nice image of your paused character, and then they would save it to your PS4 and then take it over to the laptop or PC or whatever, and then create your thumbnail from there. But we're going to do things slightly different because Infinite Warfare hasn't got a theatre mode. So what we're going to do, Hunter says, can I see the face cam? We're going to be streaming tonight, Hunter, and I'm going to tell you what time that is. That'll be around, what time is it now? It's nearly 2 o'clock now, UK time. So we're going to be streaming in about 4.5 hours, and I'll have a cam up and all that good stuff, all the overlays on. But for this, I can't really do it because it's going to get in the way of the Photoshop or Gimp program. So that's why I'm keeping everything off the screen at the moment. Right, so let's get on. So this is how we take a screenshot of our character. This is a good way just to get, so there's no boxes covering your character, there's nothing in the way, you've got a nice clear view of your image. I'm doing all the hand signals back here, but I do realise you can't see me. So we're going to go to taunts right here, and we're going to use this primal one right here as well. And as we press X on the PS4 controller, we're going to hit the share button on the controller as well. So what happened is it'll take a screenshot while your character is in animation. Hello, Miss Goldilocks, right there. So we just did it there. We pressed the X button on the taunt. So we did the animation, and then we're gonna go to save screenshot. So we press triangle, and it's saved to your gallery. So what you need to do then is go to your PS4 screen, boys and girls. Hello, Miss Goldilocks. Very, very good to see you. Always brings a smile to my face to see you in the chat. Might as well watch you. Spade, can you just go back to bed and get out the right side of the bed, please, this morning? Thank you. Be very kind if you could. Right, so we're going into the capture gallery, and what you'll need is a USB stick as well. You need to plug that into your PS4. And you need to go to your Infinite Warfare images, and as you can see there, I've got a few that I've used already. Hang on, where do we go? Screenshots. So this is the one we want. We're going to click on the options button, and then copy to USB storage. So we'll copy that across. I'm really well, thank you, Miss Godley. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you're well as well. I know it's early days in the States. And so we've copied that to a USB stick. Now what we need to do is pull the USB stick out of the machine and pop it into the back of the PC. I hope you guys can still hear me as I move around the back. And right, okay, so that's popped up on the screen. Now what we need to do is switch to the PC view. Right, okay, so I think we're there. Not well, but I'll be fine. Oh, good God. I hope you feel a little bit better as the day goes on. Yeah. We all hope you get well soon. So right, yeah. So we need to go to this is where you need to download this this program, gimp.org, and download that version there. It's a free version. It's just like Photoshop, but it's for us cheapskates. And just checking that the screen is up. Let's get the pop-up chat as well. Just don't feel good. Oh no. What is it? Just like exhaustion, or you picked up with some kind of virus or cold, flu? Not good, man. I hate feeling like that. Right, so moving swiftly on. We've got to keep things moving. We'll just get rid of these things right here. So this is what we're going for, something like this. This is from the last live stream that I did. And if you're new to the channel, and if you're watching this a little bit later on, don't forget to take that like and subscribe, and come and visit us in live on stream. We've got some great people in the chat. It's always worthwhile popping in and saying hello. So we'll get rid of that as well. We're going to start from scratch today. So we've got our image off the PS4, and all right, Rinky, how's it going, my man? All right, Pudgy, how's it going, dude? So yeah, we're just going to keep cracking on because I keep looking at the chat. It's going to slow the stream down. So YouTube does uses 1280 by 720. They're just like pixel measurements for what you want for the size of your thumbnails. So you'll click new, go 1280 width wise, and 720 pixels height wise, and we'll just open that like that. Oh, we've got the wrong color background there. And what you need to do now, you need to make this this image invisible, add transparency. And how you do that, you right click on the background and you click alpha to selection. This just gives it an invisibility layer, and then you're going to press delete on the keyboard and it'll disappear. So normally I like to start off with black and white, a foreground and background color. And what we're going to do is now fill the screen with black. So you right click on the screen, click edit, fill with black, and then you move up to here, select no, you need to go to right click on background, and you need to click alpha to selection. I'm going to try and do this as slowly as possible, but still keep moving. And if you guys got any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them. So you click alpha to selection, and that will select the whole entire area. And then you click select, shrink, and I normally come down by about 10, I believe. And that will give you like a border. You want to keep that outside bit and press delete on your keyboard, and that will get rid of the middle bit. So you've got half a frame there. So we're going to keep on moving. We'll just check the chat. We're talking, it's all good, just keep moving, right. So now we're gonna do that again. We're just gonna fill it with white this time. Right, and then we're gonna go to select, shrink. Again, we've got 10 there. and you click edit. It's select shrink. Yeah, so that's where if you're struggling to find the shrink button, that's where it is. And then what we're going to do, we're going to fill it with black again. So you right click in the middle, and then go fill with black. Select shrink, and this time we're going to do it 5, just to mix it up a little bit, and then press delete on the keyboard. So we've now got this little bit of white here that we can edit, and we'll do that a little bit later on. But now what we're going to do is fill in the background. We're now going to fill in the background with a blend. So what we need to do, we need to create a new layer. Imagine your layers are like your image is like a deck of cards, and all your deck of cards are going to appear on the right hand side. This is the layer box. If you ever lose a layer box, press Control and L and it'll pop back up, no problem. Live tutorial, yeah, I'm a lazy bug. I could do it in a video, but I just don't want to. You guys can ask as well if you ever get stuck. I just think like the thumbnail thing, if you want to, like, if you're trying to grow, it's just like gives you a little bit of something extra to your channel, and that's why we're doing it. And I love all you guys, so I don't mind sharing. Right, okay, so we'll close that. Keep that there just for the minute. So what we need to do now is create a new layer. So we'll click on this little page thing here in the bottom of the layers box, and we'll click transparency. So it'll give you the same window size or layer size as what you've already got. So you click OK, and you're going to move that below the background. And the reason you move it to the background below the background is because you want the background or the frame to always be on top. So all you'll do now is put everything underneath that, and then we're going to use this tool here, the blend tool. And this is quite a cool tool. If you double click it, you'll get the tool parameters, if you like, pop up, and here you can kind of select how you want to blend, the colors that you want to blend, etc, etc. But what happens is, if you've got black and white selected, give the option to blend the black and white in these first 3 on the screen there. So we're going to move down. We're going to move down to, where's my favorite brutal? Come on. Is it horizon? No. Is it metallic something? No. Might be metallic something. I can't remember. You've got all these different kinds of colours there. Help you out. So I think we'll go. Horizon. My favourite colour, blue. I'm sorry, can you start over, bro? Do you want me to start over, really? I don't mind doing that. We're still early on. I was just kidding. Such a troll. Okay then, right. So now, you want to get a nice straight line, so you hold down Control while you're doing this. And you want to go from about here and drag it across the screen. If you don't hold Control, it lets you sort of free blend it. But you want to be holding Control down. We'll go from edge to edge, and we'll get this nice little blue whatchamacallit appear in the screen. That is essentially this horizon gradient. I don't like these lines in the middle here too much. So what we're going to do, we're going to go filters, blur, Gaussian blur, Gaussian blur, or whatever you want to call it, and we want to, normally it comes on as 3, I think, to begin with. That's the default. What we want to do is take it down to 0, press the lock key, and blur it horizontally, so that horrible black line kind of half disappears. And we probably do it again, really. In fact, I'm going to change the gradient because I don't like that gradient. So we're going to find one that hasn't got that horrible line in the middle, and I think it's this one, to be honest, if I remember correctly. Where is it? Good God, I've lost it. There it is. Metallic something, so we'll use that one. I think there's less lines in there, and we're going to flip that as well because I flipped it the wrong way. So you use the flip tool, double click, make sure it's on horizontal, and then flip it, and then we'll go filters, blur, goes on blur, and set it to about 98 to 100, and blur it so all those good colours go in, so they kind of merge more together. Who likes dudes? Good God. Flash start, yeah. I'll leave it up to you guys if you want to talk about the car park story. That's fair enough. So, yeah, so we'll leave it like that for the time being. Okay, right now what we need to do is, looking rather plain in the middle there, we need to get some kind of hex overlay on there. So what I'm going to do, file, open as layers. I've already got this saved on my machine somewhere. Let me see if I can find it, boys. Should have really looked for it before the stream, but I'm lazy, so I didn't. Where is it? Yes, that was a blue waffle. Hexagon, right. This is a hexagon PNG I picked up. You can search for it online, do whatever you want. Now what we're going to do is, that's just there. That's fine where it is. You don't need to move it about in the layers section just yet. I think what we'll do, we'll invert the colours on that. So we go to colours, invert, and we'll change it to white. Now what we're going to do with the background, we're going to go back to the background, and we're going to go colours and colorize, and you'll notice it turns the whole image into one sort of color. And you can use this one here. If you go to hue, it'll move it, and it'll turn it green, it'll turn it red, and it'll turn it to a nice, where's a nice blue? Turn the lightness down on that a little bit, and okay, well I think we'll turn the hex back to black as well. So we'll go to colors and invert the color, so we'll make it black, so that looks a little bit better, a little bit smarter there. So we've kind of added something to the image. We've changed the gradient to one color, so that's looking pretty smart. And now what we'll do, I think we'll work on this this frame, this white white section in the frame. Let's just check the chat again. Why did you delete it, Renky? That was the best damn video I've ever seen in my entire life. Having a quick drink, guys, and let's get back to the video. Right, so now what we want to do is click on our frame layer. That's the background. Now you can name these as you go along, so you don't get lost. And we're going to select this image here only, and we're going to go to this one, fuzzy select, or go to the color select. It don't matter, it'll select the same thing. So we've selected that now, and what we need to do, this is a bit more technical. You need to click on the square select tool, and then you need to select this one. And this, when you drag over this selection, it'll select only the parts that's already selected. So just for example, scroll that down there like that, and we'll yeah, so we just got these little bits here. We'll move this over a tad. Yeah, that's pretty good, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, we'll leave it. So we just got the top bit selected and the bottom bit selected. And now what we want to do is go to this tool, the blend tool again, and come down to our gradient, and we want to select this one, the rounded edge gradient, and then we want to move it let's create a new layer, because we don't want to, if we make any mistakes, you can always delete the layer and it won't affect the frame layer that we've already got. So we'll hold that from control to the edge, and we'll move that to there. And then what we'll do, we'll go back to the frame layer and select the white again. And this time we will just select this side first, to be fair, like that. Then we'll go to the gradient tool again, probably do it on the same layer as you did the top one, and then we'll click control and drag it up to the top there. So we've got that, and then we'll do exactly the same again. Click on the frame, color select the white, click on the layer above it, go to blend tool again, select that, like that. So we've kind of what's happened? Oh no, I didn't select it, did I? What a knob. Okay then, okay, we'll select. There we go. Bear with me, I'm just covering my tracks here a bit. Go back to that layer. There we go. So now you select off it. All the images have got this little, all the frames got this little little blend thing. So what we're going to do, we want it to kind of match the middle. So we're going to go to there and go to colorize again, and that'll change the colors for you. It's a really simple way of just changing what you need to do. And so we're going to go for that. I think that looks pretty good already. I think. Happy with that? Check the chat. What's going on? Hi Brandon, how's it going? Read the chat. Yeah, Rinky is definitely a man's man. I always say he's got a voice that can cook eggs. You might get, if you're a little bit lucky, you might do some bacon as well. Back to the, let's not rush it. We don't want to rush. You rush something, it's going to screw it up. So now what we need to do is to get our character onto the page, really, don't we? So we'll just ignore this for now. We'll leave that how it is. That's pretty good how it is. And we go open, and remember our USB drive from earlier. I think it's this one. Yeah, there's Rinky there, flash drive. There, it's on here. Screenshots, Infinite Warfare, and this is all the screenshots I've used. So I think it's that one we need, where he's doing a like a little don't know what he's doing really. So there we are. So what we need to do now, and this is the boring bit, this is the time consuming bit, and I can understand people not wanting to do it, because people just want to get on and game. They don't want to be doing this this crappy stuff. So right, what we'll do, we'll zoom in using the zoom tool. We'll go to about 400%, if not probably a touch more, and we'll use the lasso tool. This is the free select tool, and you can select anything on the page and then kind of transfer it over to another image. What you need to do, you need to kind of stick, as you're clicking, you need to stick within the edges. You don't need to kind of go out here, because you'll capture the background. You need to keep inside the edges, and I'm not going to take my time in it like you guys can. Get it nice and nice and neat. I'm just going to rush around the edge for speed's sakes, and I go around all the way around my character. Some characters are better to cut out than others. I think the Phantom, he's got like a furry head, so that's like a bit of a nightmare scenario. You can always zoom out while you're in this mode. don't click that now, because if you click that, your selection will disappear. What you need to do is control the zoom. If you lose your image, you need to zoom out from this little bit here. It gives you all these little things, and obviously the smaller number is where are we? 100%. Just carried the smaller number, and is getting tongue-tied now. Smaller number, the further you'll zoom out. Just control the image with your slidey bars. Move around. Got a little roller on my mouse as well. Is that a part of him? No, probably not. This is just the first part of it. Right, so we can move him around his hand now. So we're moving around fairly quickly. Move that. Can move each individual selection circle as you're going along. Can't see the chat right now, guys, either, so I want to get this done. And we will be streaming some Infinite Warfare later. We took a bit of a bashing on it. On not so much yesterday, but the day before, and towards the end of the stream. But that was my fault. I was tired, and we made some adjustments to the classes that I was using, and we kind of pulled it back. I think we went from like a 1.9 KD. I know KD doesn't matter to a lot of people, but it kind of matters to me early on in the game. I don't want to be suffering too much, and generally sort of 3-4 months into the game, that's kind of stopped caring about it. That's just me though. I want to one of these guys that want to try and do the best, push himself to be the best he can, whatever he does. Not the best, but best of my ability. So we'll keep moving around his hand, clicking away, keep following around. I think that's like a webbed fist. That's a fist, isn't it? Eyes are going a bit gauzy. I know this is boring, but once you get the hang of it, it doesn't really take that long. If you can do it kind of half an hour before your stream starts, get it all ready. And it's free as well, so you haven't got to shell out any dollars for it. Keep moving around. Is that part of him? No, I think I've just gone astray there. Move that up. Move that up. Oh. Alright, well, leave that one. Might be a part of him, I don't know. Can't be asked to zoom out. As I said, I'm only just doing this rough. And then you guys can do it a bit neater if you want. Now, if they had a green screen on Infinite Warfare or these COD games, you could do it a lot easier. You could do it in more or less 2 clicks, like they do in the movies. But we haven't, so we're stuck with this really. And obviously, once you do it once as well, you only have to cut out the character. You don't have to do all the other steps in between. So we've finally got around to his head. I'm back. Right. Oh. So here's the important bit. Just like on any keyboard, you can see them all selected there. Just like on any keyboard where you can copy and paste chat, you can do exactly the same with an image. So you press Control C, then Control Shift V, and it'll pop up in another window. You can save that image as well, and just while you're saving, guys, as well, you want to save it as a PNG file. No, export. You can't save. If you save it, it'll save it as a GIMP file. You need to save it as or you need to export it as a PNG file. So you can name that, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to copy that image again. Just save that for later, just in case we lose the image on the main one. And then click above the hexagon layer and click new layer, transparent layer, and we're going to paste him smack bang in the middle of the page. Right, so we could go we could put him scale him down a bit first. So we've got this is a scale tool right here, and press Control and then just slide the slider down, or you can do it up there, but if you press Control, it'll scale down the whole in width and height at the same time. If not, it'll go all wonky and out of shape. Press scale like that. There we go. There's your character on screen. I think that's probably about right there. Okay, let's look at the chat and see what's going on. Thank you, Renki. It's very kind of you. Yeah, the Myrtle Beach. You look like you was having a real good time on Myrtle Beach. That was fantastic. It put a big grin on my face. Why don't you put a link in the chat, Rinky? Put yourself a face reveal in the chat. Right, so back to the image, Now what we want to do, boys and girls, is go... Maybe we want to add a little bit of lightness on this side of him, as the character, because you've got all the light coming from the right hand side. Now this is a bit technical, and probably you could miss this this step if you wanted to. So we're going to create a new layer above the guy's image, above the character's image. Click on the image and click alpha to selection. This is really important for selecting you like the outsides of whatever you want to select. So you click alpha to selection and he will light up like a Christmas tree. And we'll click on the top one, the layer we just created. We'll go to white, click on the blend tool, and we'll click we'll select the white foreground to transparent, so we're going from white to nothing. And what we'll do, we'll hold the cursor there and we'll hold Control and we'll move it over to kind of about the middle, if not a bit further, to be honest. Kind of messed it up, but what we're going to do, we're going to go up here in the layers box, and this up here allows you to select how you want that layer to be on the image below. So you can click overlay. It'll just kind of brighten his arm up from where the light is. So you can duplicate that image again if it's not enough. You can see as I click more and more, the more and more it'll get lighter. You've got the shadow on this side where it's dark, and the light on that side as well. So we'll delete a couple of them. We leave it there. So what we want to do is put a nice outline and drop shadow around our character as well. So we'll click the square select and just click them off him for a second. I'll go back to there, go alpha to selection, select them again, and we want to go select, grow by 3. This is how I usually do it anyway. And then we'll click a layer underneath him because we want the drop shadow to be underneath him, of course. Click new transparent layer, okay. And then we're going to go edit, fill with black. As you can see, that just kind of outlines him a little bit, just makes him stand off the page a little bit as well. And we're going to go filters, blur, just on blur, staying on that on the shadow layer. It's not a shadow, it's just an outline at the moment. And we're going to go some blur, and we'll go change that to 3. So you want to make sure they're both at 3, so it will blur kind of symmetrically, if you like. Click OK. So it just smoothed it off a little bit around the edges. And then what we'll do, we'll bring our layers box up, Control L, and we'll duplicate that layer this time, and we'll select the bottom layer of the two black ones. We'll go back to our toolbox. If you ever lose the toolbox for any reason, you go to Windows, click Toolbox, and it will reappear. And we'll select the shadow like that. Copy. Control C. That was, by the way. Delete, and then Control V. And then that will allow you, that's floating now, it's what you call a floating layer. It's not anywhere, and it allows, with this tool here, the move tool, it'll allow you to move it anywhere on the page that you want. And you can see his shadow. What I always do, I always move it a little bit to the left and a little bit down and away from the light as well, so it'll definitely be on this left hand side here. And let's move it down here a little bit. Then we'll click on the square select and click on the page anywhere. So we've got this shadow here, but it's a bit too dark. So up here in the layers box, this controls how you want your layer to appear. We've got opacity, and we'll just fade that off a little bit so it's not quite so dark. And now you can see the image is a little bit more 3D. And we've just lost his head in the frame there a little bit. So what we'll do, we'll merge all these layers together. Right click on the layer and merge down. Right click on the layer and merge down. You'll be able to do it, Miss Godley. Just play the video back. Remember Brinky's sweet face and his voice that cooks eggs, and just slow it down. I'm going to do this as quickly as possible. The idea of streaming this, you can just go back to whatever point you want. And it's easy once you get the steps. One little thing unlocks so much in this program, like the alpha selection thing, where you can just select around an image and you can just move it around and do whatever you want. It's awesome. So what we want to do is move this layer upwards, because I've lost a bit of his head there and I don't want to do that. So we'll just move it maybe above the frame. Maybe, yeah, we'll do that. We'll move it above the frame so it's not getting lost, and we'll just delete this little part down the bottom. So square select, make sure you're on that layer as well, and just select the bottom half. Oh, what have I done? No, I've got the wrong thing, haven't I? You need to click this one. This is the main square select, and we'll select that again, press delete. Same on this side as well, press delete. So we've got some kind of image there now. So now what we want to do is put some text in, really, don't we? But I'm just going to have a little break, if you don't mind, and have a little chat with you guys. Well, thing is, if you never start using it, alright, Big Matt, how's it going? Most people struggle with one thing, and it's the one thing that stops people. So if you're ever struggling with anything, let me know. We're a community. We're supposed to help each other out. That's the idea on it anyway. Especially us small YouTubers, but I think we're kind of developing a kind of outer circle now. People we don't talk to very often, but when we do, we all get on. Little Brutalina in the stream as well. By the doorway, just give me a little smile and a smile for Daddy. Not been very well, boys and girls, but she's going back to normal now. Happy little baby. Receiving the orders from the partner. Right, okay. Yeah, ask any questions and we'll help out, no worries. Absolutely, I'm in total agreement with that. Strength in numbers is what they say, isn't it? Okay, right. Then you guys right here and now in the chat that want me to redo a step right now, let me know and I'll do it now. Yeah, Big Matt says, the one thing I always do, I support my friends on YouTube. Fantastic. And sometimes I'd like to support more. If somebody pops up in the right hand corner that says that they're streaming, Miss Godly, Aces, Rinky, you upload a video, Matt, I'll go and like, and first thing I'll do is go and like that video and share it. I might not always be able to watch all the way through, and some of you American guys that stream late as well might not be able to participate in the stream, but I'll definitely have a little watch for 5-10 minutes just to show a bit of support. That's about all we can do, really. Right, so let's go. Let's put some text in this chat, shall we? So let's think of a title. I'm doing a stream tonight, so I'm going to do a stream tonight. So I need to think of a title for the stream. What's the stream going to be about tonight, boys and girls? I've got no idea. Do you know that? When you use one of the characters, let me just go to the PS4. Have a look one of the characters and a gun, maybe. We used FTL, didn't we? Like we used Phantom, didn't we? What's FTL got? He's got the eraser and the FTL jump. Alright, we'll use erase. We'll go to FTL's jump tonight, I think. FTL jump. And what's he got on his trait? Perception or HUD pulses yellow when your enemies are out of view. Supercharge. Kills drop payload, cooldown packs for your team. Right. We'll just go FTL jump, I think. We'll stick with that one. So we've got to go for... Okay, so what I need to do... Just bear with me, guys, for a second, because I want to put something in there that I've got on my other thumbnail for tonight's stream. No, we'll make it. God, it will make it. We're here for the duration. We'll make it. Come on, let's do it. So we'll go there underneath the frame layer, and we'll merge that down onto there because that's now part of the frame. And if you ever, like say, you ever do another thumbnail, you can literally save this image here as a XCF file. So you click save, and there's all my ones there. And I can just load any of them up and start from literally this spot, so it's pretty good. And we can change, like in future things, we can colorize it, and we can just move it about, make it nice and colourful. But I like the blue. The blue's cool. Select all those layers there. You can make these layers visible or not visible by clicking the eye as well. In your layers, this is all like a deck of cards. If you remember what I was saying earlier. So we're gonna grab. No, we're gonna do this, aren't we? So we'll click on that one above the hex. Create a new layer. I think it's appeared above the hex. And we're gonna make my little bar that comes out at the bottom. So we're gonna go to about there, I believe. Edit. Fill with black. Now what we're going to do with the free select tool, we're just going to cut the corner off. So click there and round about there maybe, and we'll click delete, chop it off. Maybe we need to go a little bit deeper on the angle, maybe. Click delete, there we go, like that. That's how I do it. Right, so we've got that there now, and we'll alpha selection now. So we'll select that whole area by clicking alpha selection, right mouse button on the layer, and that will select it. And we'll click shrink, select shrink by about 3 maybe, I think. Not go too much, too mad, and that'll bring us to there. That's looking good. Now we'll click select a nice blue color, I think, dark blue, dark as we can possibly get it. I think round about there will do, blue, and then we'll go new layer, transparent layer, and then we'll click edit, fill with blue, and then we'll go from we'll select that layer again, alpha to selection, and we'll go create a new layer above that. Don't worry about all these layers here. So you're only working on one. Don't let that confuse you. Sometimes if you look at them, they'll all get lost in translation. What we want to do is select this as select the blue now as black, and move to our blend tool. And what we want to do now is hold Control, click, and drag down. No, that wasn't the one, was it? Sorry, boys and girls. We want to go from black to blue. This one. So we'll go from black to blue. Cover that, and then we'll go up here and we'll click overlay. That kind of gives it a little shadow, doesn't it? But I think the shadow is I think the shadow was the wrong way, so we'll do it from this way this time. Pick up, hold Control, and then go overlay. So we want the light bit on the top. Overlay. There we go. We've got a little bit of a gradient on there as well. Right, back to the image. Right, now we want a little bit of white on top. So what we're going to do, bring back our layers box, and we'll select this middle layer, which is the blue inside the black. Alpha to selection, and we're going to get our toolbox, and we'll click this one this time, and then we're going to select halfway up the image, so it kind of selects half of what we've selected. Click on the blend tool again, and select foreground to transparent, and just bring a little white shine down on there. Always hold Control while you're drawing the lines, and click off it. So we've got a lovely little shine there as well. So we'll just take that down a little bit. I think on the opacity, a little bit too bright for my liking. You've got the white, the blue, and the black shadow, so it all kind of bends into one. And we'll just add a drop shadow onto here quickly. So we'll click on this on the black layer. That's the black layer behind it, the one we started with. Alpha to selection. No, we're going to duplicate it. We'll duplicate it as well. Click the one underneath it, because remember it's like a deck of cards, and we want to select it again. So we'll click them. This is the one where you just select all of the area. This is where you select portions. I don't really fiddle with the middle too much. Go Control C, delete, Control V, and now it's floating. And once again, you can move it with your move tool. So we'll move it down a little bit. No, we'll just have to move it down, I think. Maybe this way into that. Lower that layer's opacity right down. I think I've moved it down too much the page, so we'll click it again. Control, delete, Control V, paste it back, move it up a little bit. Now it's hovering a little bit there. And now we need to do a text. Right, so quick look in the chat. Look at this noob, he says, "Alright DJ, he loves watching his students grow." Fantastic. Right, we'll go for a nice white text here. So yeah, a text layer. Click on the A. Don't need to do anything in here just yet. This is already set from a project I was working on earlier on. And we'll just select in the box. What you want to make sure you're doing, make sure it's center. This is centered text. And we just want a nice boring text really for the text inside this thing. So we'll type, make sure it's white as well. We'll click in there and click on move that layer above these. There we go, and then we need you click this button here, text, and then clicking this one in the bottom right hand corner. Use your down arrow key and it'll scroll through the text. You just literally find the one you want, really. You can download fonts from thefont.com, dafont.com. Gonna keep on going. I think I just want a boring one for the top, and I went past it earlier. I think it's where is it? That one there. Arial bold or Arial heavy usually I use. I think Arial heavy. There we go. Nice and bold. And what we'll do now, we'll create a transparent layer underneath it, and we'll merge the text down onto that transparent layer. So it's now not floating, it's there to be able to be selected. So you click your square select tool and you drag around it, press copy, delete, paste, and then we're just going to center it up a little bit, like that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to click alpha to selection, create a layer underneath that because we're going to put some black around it. Go to select, grow, and we're going to grow that by about 2, I think. And edit, right click, edit, fill with black. I think that looks pretty clean at the moment. Now we want to go on to tonight's stream. No, we don't want to do that. We want to title tonight's stream. That's what we want to do. So we'll click on the text and we'll make that text a little bit bigger to begin with. Do 100 maybe. Just draw a big square and type in FTL Gimp. Make sure that's centered. Not quite big enough. Sometimes when you move that layer up as well with the up and down arrows, we'll just move it above our character so it comes above his fist. And we will got some other little things here you can change, and this one reduces the gap between the two texts. So if I click that, jump should move up. It has done. I want to choose a different text first as well, don't I? So we'll put that back to normal at the moment. Change the font. Get which one. I'll know it when I see it. There we go. FTL jump. Probably make that even bigger and reduce the size now, couldn't we? And is that caps? I don't even know if it's caps, to be honest. So we'll just click inside the window. No, that was. Let's return jump. Make that gap smaller like we did before. We'll increase the size of the text. That looks round about right where we want it. And now what we need to do, create a transparent layer underneath that. Transparent, okay. Then we want to click right click, merge down. And then we're going to use the select tool again. Make sure that one's selected. Drag around it. Control C, delete. There we are. We'll try and center it up a little bit maybe. Jump is kind of off skew to the FTL, so we'll move that separately. Control delete V. Center that up over his arm like that. Oh. Okay. Okay, right, okay. Now we want to alpha to selection that, and that will select all your area. might want to invert the colours on that, to be honest, to begin with. So we'll go, normally I'll just freestyle on the text. Whatever step I do is how it's going to appear. So what we'll do, we'll invert the colours on it and turn it to black. And then we'll go select shrink 3 and we'll fill it to white. We'll go colour invert. That'll select the inside of the selection, and then we'll select again and shrink it again. Select shrink 3, and I think for this one we're going to use a nice bluish colour, go into a light blue colour. So we'll click our colour palette and click that one. Go about there. On this one, maybe we'll go to drag it around until you find one you kind of like. Colorblind, so this is trying to find one that's not purple. Okay, right, now we don't want to blend from there to there, so we need to select this little area here which already selected. So we'll go to our square select tool, and we'll click this one here on the right hand side, and when we drag around that, you'll see it just selects the FTL section. So we'll click new layer, so it goes above the text, and we'll click our blend tool, hold control down. No, that doesn't look right. Maybe we'll just go from that to black, maybe. Doing wrong. Ah, bloody numpty. No. Getting the colours right. Yeah, I might have to fiddle with the colours a little bit. God. There somewhere. Right, that's It might work, it might. I don't know. Let's blend it instead. Let's try and find a nice blend that we like. Because I'm not liking that at all. Maybe if we use that one. No. Something that's funny in about, you've got to have a little play with it. Maybe if we do that and colorize it, maybe play about with the lightness. Trying to find the blue. Don't like that. Just go for a go to that. Struggling here with these colours, aren't we? I think we'll stick with that for the time being. Alpha selection. We'll select the bottom half of the text to jump word, and we'll click the same again. And we need to shrink it, don't we? So we've done the black by 3 and the white by 3, so we need to shrink it by 6. I'm right, and that brings us nicely inside there. So alright, we've got that there. Like that. We probably could do with colorizing that a little bit. Not colorizing it. Yeah, we'll colorize it, sod it. Let's do it. merge that down just to make it all one layer, and we'll colorize it. See if we can't find a nicer blue. Go. That's a bit more like it, boys and girls. There we go. Just took a little bit of fanning around, and we're going to need to add a drop shadow to this now as well. So what we'll do, we'll click alpha to selection, and we'll select a black. Square select tool, make sure that one's selected so it selects it all this time. No, we'll go to create a new layer underneath. So we click transparent layer, and we'll fill that, because it's underneath the text, we'll fill it with black. And what we'll do, we'll square select, Control C, delete, Control V, and then we'll move this with the move tool around about there, I think. Good. Press Control H to anchor it down to the page. I think we'll lower that layer's opacity. Starting to fade on the screen, maybe a little bit darker. Oh, I think that's more or less it. I don't think we should fiddle about with it any more than that. Maybe we should make the inside a little bit darker, maybe. Or do set up a little bit again, just to make it stand out some more. So maybe the colours. Maybe if we do cut the brightness down a little bit. Brightness and contrast, that's always one you can use as well. Okay, and that kind of all blends in. It's all more or less the same shades of blue, isn't it? So now what we'll do, we'll save this now. We're all done, and I'll show you a step you might want to do. Yeah. So what you want to do, instead of doing all those steps from the very beginning, you've now got a good base to use in other thumbnails for other live streams or videos that you might be doing. So we'll click File and Save that as tutorial, maybe. Saved in my documents as well. So now we can close this window at any time. Click Open and find your tutorial XCF, and it'll load it up. So you can just start from there. So all you need to do is cut the character out and do the text. It'll take you like literally, once you get the hang of it, 5-10 minutes before your stream or your video, and you're good to go. So we'll select all these layers again. And normally I save this. We'll close that one down. We'll File, Save As. No, Export As. We need to go File, Export As FTL. Saved in my documents. Export. Now what you need to do, you need to go to your live dashboard, and you go to here, change the thumbnail, and then it'll bring up your desktop. Load your file in. Do your doobies and your descriptions and all that good stuff, and you're ready to rock. Or I think that's on the upload page if you're uploading the video, isn't it, as well? So that's more or less it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I do realise that we moved quite swiftly through it as well, so just watch the video back, keep pausing it, do your steps as I'm going along, and you'll get there eventually. And you now know how to cut out your character for your YouTube videos. Alright, we're going to say cheerio. I'm going to be streaming tonight a bit of Infinite Warfare. We're getting smacked, but last night we went actually absolutely ham. We got 3 Wardens out in one game in the game of Kill Confirmed. 46 and 4. I'm not going to post the video, but we're doing a lot better now after a little dip in form. So I hope you guys are alright. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you later for another stream.